I know trade. And trade is actually, based on all the research over the years, trade is what determines wealth distribution, right? Market access and being able to secure global value for what it is you produce, being able to add value and distribute those values using platforms around the world. That's really the game changer. That's really what drives global wealth distribution. And for me, what I've now embarked on is building platforms and engagement that helps connect the African ecosystem to the regional and global market. So pretty much that's what I do today. Okay, I see Mesa is joining us from California. Thank you, thank you. Joseph Zone, thank you for joining us. Oh, Uju says thumbs up from here and sending encouragement and keep going. I appreciate that. But today's about, also encouraging and inspiring more people to jump in this pond, in this ocean. It's not even a pond, it's an ocean. Okay. So the power of a marketplace. A lot of times, people don't understand what a marketplace, especially the international market, people don't understand conceptually that it's also a place, a virtual place where people connect. So let me use this analogy of a physical market. So think about a physical market, say wherever you are, or a supermarket. You go there to buy and sell. Okay, right? So if you think about a typical African market, if you have something to sell, you go there, you place it, and then people come in, they buy, right? If you have something you want to buy, you go there physically, you buy, and you go exchange, right? What is happening within the regional and international market is there are virtual marketplaces where people buy and people sell. But what I'm saying is that a lot of times Africans say, they reach out to us and say, hey, Tony, we have something to buy, we have something to sell. Here is it. Who wants it? And I'm going, nobody sees you. Nobody sees that stuff. Nobody sees your awesomeness because you're not in the marketplace. You're not in the international marketplace. You're not recognized in the international marketplace. So even though geographically, Africa, so for example, I'm here in the US, Africa geographically, if I can say it well, is nearer to the US than China. Okay. But virtually in people's mind, there's a distance, there's a gulf, there's a gap. And those gaps has to do with lack of trade information, lack of access, lack of awareness, lack of presence, lack of engagement is what is driving that gulf. Okay. So go with me. Okay. Just let's go on this journey together because this is what I'm solving for and we've solved for. Is realizing that that gap is artificial. So we have to create artificial solutions to bridge that gap. So I'll share a few things that we're doing. And again, I'll do a product demo, but take this journey with me. So what's going on is that Africans have things to buy, they have things to sell, but the people that should be buying and selling, they're not in the same room. They're not in the same vicinity. So they're not being seen. And because they're not being seen, there's an assumption that they don't exist. Yes. So in the world of international trade, please share this, bring in as many people, like, comment. We need as many people to see this, to get this information. Okay. So please do share and invite your friends as well. So what's going on is that in the international virtual marketplace where people buy and sell, where internationals buyer decide what they want to buy, Africans exporters and Africa's service providers, they are not in that world. Okay. So what's going on is when buyers are making decisions, they're not even considering Africans, right? So think about it. When they think about Italy, they say, oh, Italia, spaghetti, wine. Cheese. That is what is evoked in the buying mindset. When you go Mexico, you think salsa. You think like there are so many things that those regions are known for in the buying world, right? You think India, you think technology, you think China, you think manufacturing, production, all of that. You think Africa, cricket. And case in point, this is so important. Case in point. Several years ago in the world, right, when I was still doing my research and all of the engagements I've done, I had the unique opportunity to engage with the CEO of Walmart about Africa. And the question he asked me, if you've read some of the things I've put out there, you've probably seen this. The question he asked me was, Toyin, okay, I hear you. We're here. We're ready to engage. We're here. What does Africa want to sell? That was the question. I was like, uh, okay, I'll be right back. This was years ago, right? I'll be right back. So you have to understand that the buying world, it's not the job of the buying world to promote your export commodity. It's not the job of the buying world to come to you. You have to go to the marketplace. You have to go to them, right? Because after all, you're the one trying to make money. And that's what China has done really well. India has done it really well. Mexico has done it really well. It's understanding which marketplace they want to play in and then tapping into that and showing up, right? Showing up with this is what we have, this is our price, these are our quality metrics, we're ready to deal. Okay. That's what has to happen to change the current dynamics. Okay. Now, in order to pull that off, remember I said this is artificially driven. What we've now done at Nazaru over the years is we've done deep research, deep engagement. We have various platforms. We bring stakeholders together. We've also created various technology platforms, one of which I want to share today. Okay. What this platform does is it brings the various stakeholders into the same space so that they can engage, so that they can transact, so that they can engage and get to know one another. Okay. Here's why this is important. Unlike a physical marketplace where you go in with your money, you buy, you sell, you're done. International trade is based on long-term trust. It's based on long-term implementation, really. Because when you engage someone today, the transaction takes months to execute. Okay. So there's no immediacy, really, when it comes to international trade. The conversation starts, but it's so elongated that being consistent and staying consistently in that space is what's most important. And we've seen that happen because we do host the Trade with Africa Business Summit, where we bring people together. We've watched them. We're now in our fourth year, by the way. We've watched interactions happen. The first edition was actually hosted in Bentonville, which is the headquarters of Walmart. And so it's not just bringing people within the visibility of global buyers. It's actually also realizing that the conversation takes time and the buying cycle is extended, right? So, and then global buyers, right? Global buying, because I also manage apparel buying, which I teach people on. Like if you're on my platform, you've already heard some of the things, and I'm already coaching some people on that. So, I managed apparel strategy. So let me just give you an example of what I mean. I don't want to talk just theory, so people can all really understand how important and significant this is. So in apparel merchandising, there's a 9 month cycle where you have to lock all buying, right? Because if you're buying, we're talking about millions, millions of pieces of product, right? This is not one each, right? Where we're saying, okay, 2022 buying, you lock it in, and all the deals, all the POs, everything, specs, all of that has to be locked in, and you give the supplier a 9 months window because they have to take those buying requests back and look at their components and everything they need, whether it's zips, buttons. What do we need to procure in order to be able to meet this production capacity, right? So they then look at their own supply chain and their suppliers. They then call their suppliers, and the buying or the production starts, right? So it takes about 9 months to really pull that off before the first shipment actually goes out. So these are the things we're trying to tell people. So technically, when you engage in the apparel space, you would actually engage um 12, 16 months cycle, because when you start that conversation, there's a lot of rigorous decision points of colors and sizes and patterns and all of those things that has to go in before you even see the PO or the purchase order, right? So part of what I'm now trying to educate people on is the market exists, but you have to know the rules of engagement. And that's why I teach a lot on my network. You have to understand the rules of engagement for your sector. So there are sector specific rules of engagement. So if you're in apparel, it's different. If you're in fruits and wine, it's different. If you're in skincare industry, the buying patterns is different. The stakeholders, they have different requirements, FDA certification, organic. So there's a lot of moving things shifting, and all of these things and information is also not transparent to Africans that want to transact and be a part of this. So that's why the platforms we've built, I'll again, bear with me. I'm going to do a demo of some of the things we're doing so you can really see how we're solving for this. So the power of a marketplace allows you to be in the room with decision players, but realize that deals only go down because they trust you and they know you and they have a level of comfort with you, which is different from if you went into a physical marketplace. They can see you physically, the goods is right there, you are right there, your money is right there. You're like, I want to buy this, here's my money, and the exchange happens and that's it. The global market doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. It's actually the length of time is longer. So people want to see you, they want to engage with you, they want to ask you questions, they want to understand your pricing, they want to see your product, they want to feel comfortable with you because they're not right there with you. So this is what I see also happening. I always talk about three markets: your local market, your regional market, and your international market, right? Okay. A lot of people are doing local champions. Oh, yes. A lot of Africans that they're winning locally and they're like, yes, I'm the best thing since sliced bread in my country, Ghana. Everybody knows me in my country. We are the supplier of this, we are the supplier of that. I'm like, okay, good. But here in the regional global market, we don't see you. We don't see that. We don't care about whatever it is you're doing locally until we engage with you and you show us what you've done in the past and we build trust with you. All those futuristic transactions cannot be accessible by you, right? So I always tell people to just be a little bit more humble in the sense of when you go internationally, just showing up and saying, oh, I'm the best thing, it doesn't buy you trust. It doesn't. It doesn't buy you trust in the global market if you cannot understand the rules of engagement and brand and present yourself as a potential trust partner. And if you're not in the game, you're not in the game. If you're not in the marketplace, you're not in. You're as good as you don't exist. It's just like when I tell people, if you don't have a website today and people are searching for you and people are looking for you, they can't find you, you don't have any digital footprint, you don't exist in the digital marketplace. That's what it means, is that today's opportunity and the opportunities of the future will be harnessed digitally, right? We've already seen what COVID-19 has done. Trade was already happening internationally before COVID hit Africa, right? Unfortunately, they were people were not ready. Like far back as 6, 7, 8, 9 years, we were already running digital live auctions, like online today. China, the rest of the world, they use machines to scout the internet every single day for trade opportunity because RFIs, RFQs, they're being posted online, right? Buying opportunities are online. But if you don't know how to mine those opportunities, then you're like, oh, nothing is happening. Nothing is, well, things are happening. You're not just in the know. So that's why having a marketplace, so that's some of the things we've done. We've done marketplace for people and marketplace for products. I'm going to share today the ones for people. and the reason we divided it up is that before you start bringing your products, pretty much, even though the people platform allows that as well, but we actually have another dedicated platform just for product engagement. Is that the people platform? Now I'm calling it people platform. It's called the Trade with Africa Network. Is where we bring all the stakeholders together, and things are happening every single day. People are showcasing their work. People are engaging with them, and we have so many case studies and success stories, and I'll share a few of them today as well. But one of the reasons I want to do this demo is like realizing that people don't even know. It's back to, if you're not in that marketplace, if you're not in our network, then you're still assuming that nothing is happening. You're still assuming that nobody, there's trade with Africa is still no, it's moving, and things are increasing because we're providing education, we're providing platforms, we're providing the latest resources, policies, right? Because for you to drive this engagement, you also have to be in touch with policy changes. So we do have policy makers and government officials as well. Okay, I see Treasure joining from Kingdom of Eswatini. Thank you so much. I really do. Your kingdom is really, really, really. I can see some of the things they are doing because I've engaged with few of your policymakers. I've really been impressed with what you're doing. Right, even though it's tiny, you guys are really moving stuff right there. Narciso Uhanala. Pardon my pronunciation of your name. You're joining us from Mozambique. Thank you so much. Nuno Lobato says, what do you think needs to change in Africa? That's a loaded question, right? One of the things I try to say is you cannot trade with Africa without you're trading with Africans. A lot of times it's easy for people to say Africa, but not realizing that you need to start looking at Africans as the engine of transformation. So I would switch your questions as what should Africans be doing? China knows that game, and China is investing a great deal in Africans. And Africans in China are the ones actually driving China Africa trade. Okay. So if you're looking, for example, Africans are the ones distributing Chinese products in Africa. Okay. Let me try and explain that, because the US government and Canadian government and European government, they don't really understand, they don't get this. From what I see, they don't really get this. They think that they can go into Africa and take their products without local content, without Africans being carried along, right? I see a lot of their initiatives. They go into the rural farms and they're not carrying the elite Africans that would really fast track their projects. So they're doing their thing. Let them keep doing it. But China is a strategist. China brings Africans into this whole conversation. Now, people can argue how they do it, what they sign, all of those things may not be ideal. But guess what? Africans have options, and China is playing the game. Now, are they reading the fine prints and signing things the way they should be? That's another question entirely, right? That's not on the Chinese, it's on the Africans, right? Right? Making sure that you put pen, when you're putting pen to paper, you really understand what you're doing. So there's an assumption you know what you're doing. Okay. So back to your question, what do you think needs to change in Africa? What has to change is that people have to understand that Africans are the ones to lead international trade with Africa, right? If you want to fast track your distribution strategy on the continent, you can no longer can you be doing it in a boardroom where there are no Africans in the room. Okay. So China knows this. Who are the people buying Chinese products? It's Africans. It's Africans. They're the ones buying the plastics, the cell phones. They are the ones running the trade. Trade in Africa, in terms of informal sector, is dominated by women. If you look at the borders and the trucks and the distribution in the informal sector, it's women in the marketplace that are driving it. So if you want to formalize trade, and if today informal trade is still higher than formalized trade, right? So until you bring those players into this whole conversation, you're still just at the edges. You're just still it's still, if you're eating the cake, you're still just tasting it, right? People are still just tasting Africa. But the moment you bring Africans into your strategy, oh, that's really going to be the game changer, because we know culturally, we know ourselves, we know how to buy and sell with ourselves. We do it every day. It's our region, right? So the way I engage with my Africans, it's different. There's more level of trust engaging with me than with non-Africans, right? And we can navigate the terrain better than non-Africans. So that's what I would say would be the biggest thing that needs to change, particularly regions that are saying we want to trade with Africa. Realize what you're saying is you want to trade with Africans. Okay? It's this, oh, I want to trade with Africa. Okay. Africa is the geographic location, right? But the people of the land are the people you're actually going to be buying from and selling to. So that's the biggest thing that has to shift, is that US, Canada, UK, Latin America, all of these global players that want to engage in the future of Africa needs to learn how to deal with Africans. They may not like it, but that's it. I shoot straight. Um, okay. Maybe I should answer some questions before I bring on the demo, because I do want to do a demo. So Empowering Africa, I don't know your name, but you said, can you give some examples of African companies doing well online? Well, Jumai, right? But because I also engage with them, Konga, but part of what I also still see, no matter what I list right now, they're still playing in the international, local and regional market. Always remember everything I say. There's the local market, there's the regional market, there's the international market. Your local market for me, local is here in the US, how I go to a store and buy. Regional for me here is Canada, Mexico, cross border. For those in Africa, local is within your country. You know how to buy, you know how to sell, you know where to buy shoes, or how to buy apparel, you know how to buy what you need for yourself. That's your local market. Cross-border regional is if Ghana is trading with Nigeria, with South Africa, with Egypt, with Morocco. That's your region. International is when you go beyond Africa and start engaging with the rest of the world. Now, to your question, which companies are doing well? What I am currently seeing are players that are winning in the local markets, and they are bulging and pushing forward in their regional market. On the international market, not seeing them. And what do you mean? For you to win internationally, for example, in the banking sector, right? A lot of banks in Africa are becoming stronger. They are dominating their countries, and then they're going out of their country and expanding regionally. Until I start seeing African brands in the US or in Europe dominating and playing, then they've not penetrated the international market. That's what I mean. So I do see a lot of local and regional big players, but on the international trade, it's how are you penetrating whatever it is you're doing locally? Can you take it regional to another country? And can you go open an office in Chicago, in London, in Dubai, in Cairo? That's what I mean. Okay. And when you start asking those questions, you'll be like, oh, okay. Now, Toyin, we understand we're not there yet. That's the game changer. That's the game changer. Tisom says, hello from Ethiopia. Hi. Thank you so much. Okay, so let me try and get quickly into the demo, okay? Then we'll continue our conversation. So the demo I'm about to give you is a platform we've been working on for 2 years. Actually, before then, it actually started as a WhatsApp group. We all know what WhatsApp groups are if you're in Africa, right? So how it started was when I was planning the first Trade with Africa Business Summit. um you know Part of the summit was bringing international people together. Again, marketplace, physical marketplace, virtual marketplace. You need to be in the room. You need to be in the room. People need to see you. People need to see what you have to offer. You have to see what other people are offering. And if you're not in the room, you're not in the room. That's it. And the opportunities cannot be presented to you. So if there's anything you want to pick up today, it's be in the room, right? You can be talking, oh, international trade. I want to buy, I want to sell, I want to buy, I want to sell. You're just singing to yourself. You're miming. You're just, because that's what people do. They call Toy, we want to buy, we want to sell, we want to buy, we want to. You see, I'm an African, so beat is something like music is something that our rhythm is so fantastic. It takes time. It's not that overnight thing. So you have to train, you have to know your product strategy, your pricing, your logistics, right? Third party logistics. There's all of these things we have to solve for. And for me now, we've created a space where we are actually solving together every single day. So part of the Trade with Africa network, it's www.nazaru.trade. That's one of our platforms. We have others. On that platform, we have weekly engagements, training masterclasses, trade events. I also have host my office hours. My office hours is ask Toye a question, like what are you solving for? What questions do you have? I also do that, which is different. Like I also have one-on-one personal coaching, but on this platform, I do more group coaching with members, like our premium members. So we host events, and then what also happens is Nezaru is a point of call for key decision makers. Like they send us different information. Like we're like the first to see a lot of things happening. Like people are talking about AFCFTA. We've been in the in for AFCFTA for years before people started seeing it. Right in 2019, His Excellency Ambassador Muchanga, whose team was responsible for actually driving and implementing the AFCFT, actually came at my invitation, came to Chicago to give us a keynote address, and he gave us all the lowdown. So all of that knowledge is housed on the network as well. So we are several steps ahead, years ahead of most people. People now are just hearing AFCFTA, what is it, right? We for years we've been talking about it, and for me, my background is also strategy and futurist. So we are usually 2, 3 years ahead of most people. And the work that we're doing today, most people, maybe 2, 3 years, they'll be like, oh, now we know what Tony was telling us 2, 3 years ago, because that's what's happening. Now people are saying, oh, now we know what you were telling us 3 years ago. I'm like, yeah, but we're still moving. Whoever the train has left the station, you want to come on board, we're moving, we know where we're going. Because guess what? We know where we're going because I'm coming from a place that was operating at a scale. Then what I've just done is how do we bring more people on that journey? The platforms now, allow people to play big. Okay. So we do training, we do engagement. It's 247 available. Members are interacting, connecting with each other. So the Trade with Africa network is a go-to spot. It's one spot where if you're looking for all things international trade, regional trade, local trade with Africa, that's the place to be. That's the place to be because yes, we host events, we host it now digitally there, but if you're not in the marketplace, you're really, really flying solo. You're flying solo, and guess what? You're carrying products that until you can deliver, until you can find the people that would engage with you and buy from you, then you're nobody sees you, right? Oh, I have a service, okay. Okay, I have a product, I have sesame seed, I have shea butter, okay, okay, okay. The people that are going to engage and buy those things, you need to take it to them. You need to take it to them. Okay, so think about it as a digital marketplace where people can see you as well. Okay, okay, let's do this. Okay, let me bring this platform up. Let me expand. Okay, so this is the Trade with Africa network. When you log in, so you go to www.nazaru.trade, you sign up. People usually ask for what is the difference. There are different memberships. There's one membership where you basically just come in as a member and you do your own self-serve, meaning help thyself, meaning set up your profile, tell people what you're looking for, do your own discovery of the platform. So there's that basic first level of membership. The second level of membership is not only do I want to be a member and engage with people, I actually need coaching and business development support so that I can be more successful in my international trade engagement. So that's the next level that we then do the office hours, you do group coaching, you're talking to other members, we're all solving together. And there's a video, I don't know if it's public right now, but the engagement we had last week, Friday, with members, we had government, private sector, policymakers, agriculture, Ministry of Agriculture, we had them on the phone and we were talking about agriculture value chain, what the challenges were, what solutions did government have to offer, what financing, many people, I mean, this is one of the information that came out of that engagement is that there are single digit financing being provided through the CBN, the Central Bank of Nigeria today, that people don't know in their Greek space that they can tap into. Those were the things we were uncovering to support people in their Greek value chain, right? So when you do login, first thing I say is update your profile. That's the very first thing you need to do. And this platform allows you to put your links. Okay, because I'm an admin, there's so much going on here, right, for me. But this is something you have to know, that people can come here, see your website, see your you can actually put your company website, your social media handles, all of those things right here on the platform. You can tell people, when people search for you, this is what they're going to see. So see, these are my links. People can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn. There are actually 10 links here. My personal website, my company website, Nazaro TV, Trade with Africa Summit, AFCFTA Roundtable, Nigeria Investment Conference, my beauty brand, our exporter database, which is the product side of the work that we do. This is a platform just for listing your product. Okay, so here are the personal links that anybody that logs in and comes to my personal profile on the platform, they're going to see all of this and they can immediately follow me, right? You introduce yourself, and then because I'm an admin, there are private groups and private conversations happening. We have private groups. Not everybody can see this. We have e-courses. We have inter-African trade engagement, like information coming out of the continent, because we also partner with the Exim Bank, African Export-Import Bank. So we drop any latest information in this group. We have AFCFTA Roundtable, and then we also have a dedicated private space just for AFCFTA implementation. We have training, how to build your global brand. We have trade and investment facilitation, how to export to Africa, international. I can go on and on. It's a lot. I know. It's an overkill sometimes, but we do need it. Social media for your business. We also have over 40 videos of our past engagements, 2018, 2019, 2020 to dig into. We have various topics, and then we also have events. So this is my platform that shows my own engagement, for me. For you, it's going to look different if you're a member, okay? Now, people can message you. There's a lot of messaging going on on the platform, as you can see. People that have a question for me. These are private chats going on. We also actually have a group chat. Let me quickly show that. If I put anything here, it goes to everybody on the group. Okay. And you can see the history. When you become a member, you can see what people are saying, how people are engaging. I can say hello, everyone. If you missed last week's training, you can now catch up in the community. Okay, send. That's it. This message chat, everybody gets to see the alerts. That I just put a message. So this is the personal chat. So this is just between myself and members of the platform that want to talk to me and ask for my advice. This is where we do one-on-one. But there's also down here, there's a group, there's a group chat where everybody can talk to one another as well. There's also notifications that goes out based on, your activities and other people's activities as well. Okay, so those are just, I try to tell people to look into that. One, their profile, alerts that get sent in by the system, their personal messaging. This is their like your inbox that people can reach you on. So people DM and exchange, they introduce themselves using this feature. Now, the center right here is the stream, the work stream. Anything latest going on here, people can quickly catch up. So you can see a member joining. She updated a profile. This is what usually happens. Once you've updated your profile, people can quickly go to your profile, okay? Read about you. These are the groups she's part of. If they want to engage, like if she's added, let me follow her right now, okay? If I follow her, anything she posts on the platform, I'll get an alert. I can also say, hello, welcome again to the platform. If you have any questions, you feel free to reach out to me. Happy to have you on board. Okay, so I've just said hello to her. She would get that notification. Okay, she will receive that notification. And if she responds to me, I'll see it the next time I come back into the platform. Okay, now you can see here that when she posted a profile, guess what? Other members joined in. They read her profile. She supplies shea butter to the cosmetics and personal care company. Immediately she said that, other members they jumped on board and say, whoa, okay, shea butter, that's my thing. I'm interested. And that conversation started. Okay. And the conversation went to, I would like to purchase the product. Can I buy it online? Okay. Right? You can see that conversation going on and on and on. When I have videos, I share, other people share as well. Events, other members, Tema, she shared another activity that she wants other members to be aware of. And one of the beautiful things, this is a question that we just put out there. It's like a poll. It's been out there for a long time. Any new members, they see this first. So let's pull it up. Okay. Let me expand it. So the question was, what are your top priorities and what are you seeking from this community of Trade with Africa stakeholders? Every new member, as they come in, we encourage them to drop a note. And you can see here all the comments that has been here for years, for a while, right? So yeah, so I usually tell people, start right here. If you're looking for something or someone in particular, just start with this main poll question, because right here you're going to see other members. My top priority is to network with like-minded individuals. I want to engage and network. If you now say, okay, who is this person? Who is he? Let's test it out. You click on it. Well, he hasn't updated his profile. So really, it's hard for me to know more about him. That's why I always encourage people. You never know who's pulling up your profile. Always, always, always update your profile, because you never know. Okay. You can see what's going on here. Members come in. I always say, update your profile, right? Knowledge. I'm looking for knowledge. I'm looking for partnership. And you can see other members jumping on board and say, welcome, I'm doing agriculture. So she actually works for the Ministry of Agriculture. When Toyin speaks, changes are effected instantly. Okay. She's one of the contacts we have, and she's actually a policymaker in the Ministry of Agriculture. So Tema then responded, welcome. I'm doing agriculture in Nigeria, small scale. She's here in the US. So that's the power of engagement in the workflow. Okay. Things are happening, people are interacting, and they're doing business with one another, right? Okay. Now, discovery. Okay, so that's the home section. Discovery is packed with a whole lot of information. Okay. We have our welcome messages and anything that we flag, because think about this. There's a lot and ton of information we put that flows in every day on the platform, but there are some critical ones that we tag and we want people to see. Okay. So for example, you can watch a replay of our February network meeting here. You can watch a replay as a member. You can also access resources, exclusive things that we share. So this is a download, 155 pages of Ethiopia's digital strategy for inclusive growth, right? You just click here and it opens for you. Okay, so these are knowledge base that we drop. This is where we drop everything, guys. This is where we drop everything, and people can easily put it, because when we used in the past, when we share things on social media, it's gone. You share it, people will see it in 24 hours, they see it, and then it's gone. We have featured announcements like our upcoming events. Like I said, we have private groups exclusive to our members and premium members. We have top posts that people want to see. Market intelligence, for example. This is a ton of information that is provided by the US Department of Commerce. Again, we put it here. No matter when we put it, people can go back to access it. We also have topics. So you can access topics from here, or if you want the entire list, you go down here. Each of the information we post is tagged by topic, so people can easily find it. So if you come in, so let's say you log in today and you're interested in AFCFTA and you want to see everything we've posted around this topic, all you have to do is come here. You click on that topic, you see other people following the dialogue here, and immediately you can access what we've shared about the AFCFTA. Okay? That's the beauty, right? You can catch up. You can watch the AFCFTA roundtable just with a click right there. Okay, this is a roundtable where we have World Bank, African Union, United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, Brookings Institution, South African Consulate, all talking about, AFCFTA implementation and the latest, greatest, right? Now, again, you log in, you come into topics, you click on the topic of interest, and immediately, because we tag each of our posts, you would immediately be able to see that. Now, think about it again. This is a training that you can immediately access. Complimentary access to the AFCFTA Trade and Investment Facilitation Masterclass. This is a masterclass provided to policymakers, 14 governments in Africa. By being a member, you can immediately access it just with a click. Development Board. Can you see that? Cities. You can immediately start listening. Washington. Okay. You also have a calendar of engagements. You can see that every second Friday, every second Friday, we have community chats. People go online. We all come together, as many people that are available. And then if you missed it, you can catch up by watching it later. We also have training. We just completed agriculture value chain last Friday. Last month, we did building a globally relevant brand. All of the content, we pull it there. Other members can watch. Next month, March, we're going to, bring back the trade and investment facilitation class. It's like it takes time, 2-3 hour master class. Export development, e-commerce, social media, on and on, right? So with a click, you can access all of that. You can download, the roundtable report. Again, everything that has to do with AFCFTA, you can come here and be able to access that. AGOA, the same thing, right? We have training programs, things in place. You can immediately see and access those information. Okay. Instruction, classes, topics that we cover. What is AGOA, benefits, packaging, like everything. We load it here. This is where where it happens, guys. This is where it's happening. Kenya's tariff, register, on and on. AGOA eligibility. So much information. You click on this, you can access resources and information that you will not find anywhere else. Information about shipping. So depending again on the topics of interest, you can quickly come in here and select it. Okay, our calendar of events, we always make announcements of what we have coming up. You can see those meetings and all of that, and you can quickly see what's going on as well. We also have an event section. We can see past events here. Okay, we can see past events. And then we can see upcoming events. And joining an event is so easy. You pull it up. Okay, you can see, okay, next month's networking and session. All you have to do is you click on the link and you immediately go into the Zoom. You can also make a comment. You can drop a comment. You can engage. You can RSVP, just so the system can alert you as well. Okay, so these are upcoming engagements that we have planned, and you can see what we've done in the past. So once the event ends, it moves into the past. So this is where you get links. If you want to watch live, you can just click here and be able to watch. Um, Members are also grouped. When they log in and you set up your profile, you can say what your expertise are. I'm a buyer, I'm a government agency. You click on here, you can see their profile, you can dig deeper, you can go to their profile, okay? You can learn more about them. This person has included his link. You can go to their LinkedIn page or Facebook page. You can learn more about them as well, okay? And interactions happen. Like this is an advisor to the president of Ghana. Right here, it was one of our speakers. His profile is here. So we do have government, like I said, as well. You can see other members already engaging with him. You can see members talking to him. He also responding. These are people that you can find, right? Good luck trying to engage with presidential advisors. They're here. But this is important. If you have questions, they respond. You can DM them, you can message them, because that's the commitment they make when they become a member as well. We have private groups. These are private groups that only certain people have access to, and we engage with different types of engagements, programs, training, all of that as well. You can see other members near you. So if you were to say where you are, okay, so I'm here in Chicago. If other people say they're in Chicago, then immediately you can see these are other members that are actually in the US near me, right? So you can easily see that newest members, and then ambassadors are people that have invited other people to join as well. You can see we actually count on points for how many members that you've brought on board. But near you would look at your region and then connect you to other people. So I can immediately say, okay, Brian, this is who he is. He's here in Illinois. This is what he does. He has his background. See right here. I can go to his LinkedIn page. I can go to his company page. I see what groups he's part of, and I can engage with him. I can follow him. I can say hello as well. Very, 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 very easy. Very easy, right? So I'll stop right there. Again, there's so much more upcoming events, members near you, different things like that. But so this is what's happening behind the scene, guys. Um, Let me see if there are questions. I know this is a lot, a lot. I know. Okay. Oh, wow. I see there's been so many questions. So let me see. Let me scroll up and see how many of the questions I can help address. So that's the trade with Africa Network. A lot of times, only if, again, if you're in the marketplace, then you appreciate it and you're reaping the benefits. We have members that within weeks of joining, they've started getting contracts. Like Abata in northern Nigeria, she shipped face masks to the US. She's now working on a contract with kids' clothing coming into Texas. She got those contacts through the platform. We have like the Shea Butter resource that just came in. Immediately she introduced herself. You can already see that she's engaging as well. So it's basically market. Like if you go to a physical market, you take your goods there, you buy and sell. But if you're not in that space where similar minded people can see you and you can engage with them, then really, what's going on, right? And the other thing we do is we're building trust into that platform. That's why we do a lot of the meetings and coaching. People now know each other's names. They now support each other and they're like, oh, you need this. And they're now making referrals for each other. That's also what happens if you're in the network as well. Okay, I see a lot of questions. Let me see um, which one I can quickly get to. Okay, Rama said, I will chat with you after the program to coach Ma. Okay, good. Says, I plan to, on a Greek, you have a big land in or your state. You want to really watch this is private conversations we have on the platform. So if you're not a member, you can't see it and you can't access it. But this past Friday, the topic was agriculture value chain, and we had the DG of export development for Niger State on the call. Government. We had a member that is already your in the shea value chain that empowers women at the grassroots. We had members of the agri ministry on board. We had US investor that is investing in farm. She's African American in US, but she's investing in agriculture in Africa. We had them on the call. We had all these people on the call. So you can imagine how dynamic the conversation is, where they're saying, okay, treatment plans, women, what are you doing? And they were asking questions of one another, and I was facilitating that conversation. We also tapped into, okay, what resources does the government have that supports, you know, agriculture value chain? And they talked about single digits. Can you imagine single digit loan in Nigeria? Right now, it's double digit that you see out there. But through the CBN and some programs they have in place, you can actually access those things. So being in the network is the place to go. A lot of times people say, Tony, oh, I'll talk to you later. I'm like, fine. When you're ready, you jump on that train. But this train has left the station. We are not waiting anymore. We're on. It's either you join and you come on board, or when you're ready, it's your decision, right? We are moving because we know where we're going to, and there's so much work ahead. Um, okay. It says, is there any room to engage experts or trade facilitator? Absolutely. We not only have experts in there, I also train. So there are training programs if you want to become a facilitator on the platform. Again, this is so a lot of people see me on social media and they're like, oh, Tony is cool, Tony. That's fine. But the work of trade, we roll up our sleeves and we get to work. What I just shared with you is the behind the scene of how we get to work. I have my beauty products that we ship. These are supply chain logistics activities going on every day. So the reason I'm sharing it is to say, do you want to be a part of this conversation? If so, join in. Don't just come to me, come into the community, connect with other experts, let people see you. What is your expertise? What are your services? What do you sell? Robert joining from Kenya. Okay. Robert said, how is AGOA going? And after, those are the things we have on the platform. We've talked about, okay, you need to catch up on an article where I wrote, is AGOA a failed US policy? Okay. So if you want to go maybe on my LinkedIn profile or on the platform, that's where I actually spelled those out in terms of the current state of AGOA. Not only do I say that, okay, this is the next level. I actually have training in place for exporters that want to use it. So a lot of times people just talk about AGOA, AGOA. Have you used it before? I've used it. I've used it. In fact, guess what? Because I'm swimming in products right now. So just to make it practical, this is an example of a product that came into the US using AGOA. So it works, but people don't use it. If you're in Nigeria, you know what this is. Okay, you know what this is. I won't say too much, but we're working on some stuff for you. Okay, watch out for more. I have a pile of products here that came in through AGOA. So I don't just talk about it, I use it because it's a game changer for the buying community. And what AGOA, African Growth and Opportunity Act, what it is, it's a US policy that allows buyers to import about 6,000 products into the US market free of duty and without quota. You can bring as many of those stuff in, 0% tariff. People don't know, people don't use it, but we are teaching people how to tap into those opportunities on our network. Same thing, AFCFTA. You need to watch my interview with Al Jazeera where I talk about that. Again, this question sounds simple. There's a lot to it. If you want to digest it, we have resources on the platform like I just shared. And then Tom said, Tony, we are waiting for our old opportunity. I tell you, don't wait. Nobody's coming. I'm very direct. Nobody's coming. Global competition is at an all-time high. Everybody's on the move. You have to go out there and fish for what you need. Sometimes people can stay on the seashore and you can be fishing for one fish, two fish, three fish. Some people like us, we're going into the waters. We're going deep. We've gone deep and we're casting the wide net and we're fishing for a lifetime. So don't wait for anybody. Nobody's coming to do anything for anybody. The global market is open. It's available for those who know how to arm themselves with skills, know how to engage, know how to pitch their products, know how to understand the supply chain, their products, commodities, and push out there. You have to push. Nobody's coming. Nobody sees you. Nobody, a lot of times people say, "Oh, we're in Lagos. We're the giant of Africa." Nobody. As a buyer, if I can buy something cheaper in Pakistan, why should I come to you? Why, or in Bangladesh, why should I come to you? Right? Part of one of the education I also provide, for example, when our Shea Butter member joined, I told her, this is, you have to know this. You're competing with Ghana. The landing cost of shea butter coming from Ghana and shea butter coming from Nigeria is different. You are competing. Global market is about global competition. I think that's the final thing I want to share as I'm wrapping up today. Global market is about global competition. There are no sentiments involved. Just saying, oh, come to Africa. Oh, no sentiments. And that's why with the new DG of World Trade Organization, okay, Ngozi Okonjo Uela, I'm telling you, she has a lot of work to do. I know, but Africans, you have to show up for her as well because she can bring in new dynamic resources. For those who have read my article, I really wrote about that in terms of what's our appointment as the new DG effective March 1, I believe, of the World Trade Organization. For her being African, for her being female, what does that mean for Africa and AFCFTA implementation? I've already written about it. Go and catch up on that on my website, toyinwisery.com, my newsletter. But here's also what's going to happen as she's bringing in resources and providing more transparency and more visibility to resources that WTO has to offer. Africans have to step up. You have to show up to use those opportunities, just like AGOA. AGOA is there on the books, but if you don't show up, if you don't get the skills, then it's all for nothing. It's all, you can't reap the benefits. You can't reap the benefits if you're not in the room. And what I say is, it's just like Gold Rush. During the California Gold Rush, you can hear about it, you can talk about it, you can show up. Even if you show up without the right skills or the right tools to dig for gold, to pan for gold, to sell your gold, then you will not participate with what's going on. You won't. And Africa is the same. And I invite you to join the Trade with Africa Network where things are happening. This train has left the station, and it's an honor to have been able to build this platform. Again, this is the people engagement platform where we host events. Every week we're engaging, we're talking. If you're not in, you don't know, you don't see it because it's a private group. Only members get to benefit. But we also have another dynamic platform, which maybe another day, depending on what you guys say, I'll do another demo of our product exporter platform where people can showcase their commodity as well. But I also say, even if you showcase and you don't know the rules of engagement, you'll be losing opportunities and buying opportunities. Okay, it's been an honor. It's been a pleasure to be able to share today. And I look forward to engaging. Do check out the platform. You can also access other platforms and engagement that we have. My own website for my personalized coaching. I do a lot of coaching because sometimes I do group, but sometimes people need transformation, individual and personalized transformation. And you can find that information on my own personal website, toyinyumesiri.com. That is broader, meaning it's bigger than just Africa. I actually support people that want to transition from corporate to entrepreneurship and also want to design and develop their business models and all of those things. Let's see. If you want to email us, please do check out, email us info@nazaru.com. I also have my beauty brand, yomobabeauty.com. Check out my lipsticks. I'm wearing one of those. Okay. Our exporter database, if you want to check it out, it is nazaru.biz. You can start seeing what's available on the continent, where we keep growing and adding more lists to the listing. What else? A lot more. Okay. I also have a platform called the 360 Woman for Women of Faith that want to live life with clarity, passion, and purpose. Okay. Yes, I've been talking a lot. I need to drink some water, but such an honor again. I really do consider this an honor to be able to do this and such a pleasure to be able to work with you all. So take care now. God bless and have a wonderful time. Okay, bye.